Hello everyone, I'm Colin, and today's video is very special for me, and the reason for that is a couple or so days ago, the 500,000th subscriber has joined my channel. I'm absolutely amazed and humbled by how many people have joined this channel. I can't tell you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for all those people who have subscribed and who watch my videos. I appreciate everything that you have done for me, and all of you who have been sending in tips and tricks. When Paul and I started Woodwork Web over 20 years ago, the whole purpose of it was to build a woodworking community that we could all share different things together. And that has happened with tips and tricks because every day I get submissions on that. And of course, that's what I share on my channel with my videos. And when we started doing videos way back in 2008, the only other woodworking videos that there were that I recall at the time, Mark Spagnola, the Wood Whisperer, that was the only other videos. And so we were kind of very new at this whole thing. And I didn't take it real seriously for the first few years. And then I could see that it was starting to develop, and we got more and more serious with it. And now you can see where it's developed to. So today, what I want to do is go back for the last 12 years and have a look at different tips and tricks that I've done and quickly go through and revisit some of my favorites. And some of them I use a lot. Some of them I don't use that often, but they're still some of my favorites. So I'm going to go quickly through and give you a little bit of a rundown of some of my favorites. So stick around and let's get started. Here I am at my drill press, and I have a few things going on here. The first thing is I have 3 bars on here. I took 2 of them off, and because I found that one works just so much better, the other 2 always kept getting in the way. The other thing I did was add a magnet to the side of my column. That way I always know where the key is. I can do things quickly, put it back, and I know where it is all the time. I don't have to go looking for it. But once in a while, I don't put it back, and I put that red grip tape on so that it stands out, so I know I don't have to be searching around for my drill press key. And the other thing that I store right here, and you've seen it in some of my videos, this is where I store my measuring bars, and there's a magnet on the bottom of them, and that way I always know where they are because it's kind of in the circle of all my machines. Let me show you where I use these things a lot. I use these measuring bars on my table saw a lot. You can see I have the sizes marked on the front there, although it's getting hard to read now. But for example, if I need to set the height of a blade, which I'm often doing, I can do it quick and easily with that. I can set the distance of the blade from the fence. But look, you can even combine them. So there's a 1/2 inch. If I use the quarter with that as well, there's 3/4 of an inch. So I can combine them and get even more use out of them. I can combine 2 or 3 or 4 of them. In fact, I've been using them so long, I lost the 1/8, and I haven't missed it, to be honest with you. But I use these things. I also use them on the router table. And on the router table, of course, setting the height of the bit and even setting the distance of the bit from the fence, quick and easy with these measuring bars. This thing here is a belt cleaner or a sanding disc cleaner, and it works on virtually every sanding belt or disc. And what it does is it cleans out the saw particles, the sawdust fibers in your belt, and gives you better sanding. And the best way to use these things is to just watch. This one I think is about 10 years old now, and it's still, look at it, still got half the life left in it. But look at when I put this on the belt, look at how well it cleans. And that will clean up the gunk inside your belts just amazingly well and help you get longer life from your belts or your. There's another little handy accessory you can get for your cordless drill, and it's just a little bullseye. Now, if when I put my drill down, you can see that the back is just, there's a little bit of an angle. So when I put it on there, it wasn't perfectly in the center, but what I did was get a hole that was absolutely vertical. I put a little dot there on my bullseye, and now I can get an absolute perfect straight hole just by lining up the little bubble in there with the little dot that I put on there. So it works great. And at the edge of my table saw, this red you can see is my tape measure. And what keeps it here are two little magnets rather, underneath the clip, and you don't have to do anything. They stay there on their own, and they just clip underneath like that. And look, the fence goes back and forth. It doesn't even touch it. And I have another one of these on my miter station. And there it is right on the edge of the table. I just put on a steel plate there, and there it is. It sits there. I know exactly where it is. The red one is for my table saw. The purple one is for my miter station. And the final tape that has no tape, no markings on it, is on my workbench. But while I'm here, I need to show you this tape. I love these tapes, and here's why I have 3 of them. When I'm working, I'm right-handed, so I always have picked up the pencil in my right hand. I pick up the tape in my left hand, and look at when I pick up this tape, it's a left-handed tape. Look at all the numbers are the right way up. Now, almost every tape you buy at the hardware store, when you pick up that tape, look at this. All the numbers are upside down. Now, I know many of you, when you're marking with a tape that's upside down, you can read the numbers and understand where an 1/8 is. I've made so many mistakes over the years. They say measure twice, mark once, and I would measure twice and 3 times, and I would still get it wrong. And something in my brain doesn't, I get mixed up on which side of the number I need to be marking on. With this, honestly, I can tell you that I never measure twice and mark once, because I know exactly where it is. This has saved me so much time and so much wood. I don't even make mistakes anymore, maybe 1 or 2 a year. And that's because I see the numbers the right way up. And for me, that works just excellent. And this is one of my marking gauges, nothing special about it. Most of you have one of these. You just set the distance that you want to mark something, and you can just run it along the wood. What I discovered is if you put a hole in the end of it like that will fit a pencil, look at this. You can now, rather than making a line, you can actually scribe with the pencil. I use this thing all the time. It is the handiest marker I have. Well, that concludes my video for today. And once again, I want to thank everybody from the very bottom of my heart. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. And thank you so much for contributing to making this whole woodworking community something we can all share. I'm Colin for Woodwork Web. Thanks for watching.